Dr. Umar Johnson should not have to go at this fight alone. When he was in Pennsylvania having to defend his credentials as a school psychologist and as a PhD in clinical psychology, he should not have had to do that alone. We should have all been there to support him and still should be there to support him. Like, it saddens me to see how when we are under attack and we are under persecution, even if it's just one of us, like, the support is dwindling. You know, even when one of us is killed at the hands of police brutality, like, we used to be a strong force to be reckoned with. Where is that? I think we are so distracted by social media. That's what it is. We're so distracted by social media and what's happening that we're no longer there. We're no longer there to stand and fight. And I've said this before, that maybe we're just so exhausted that we're so tired of fighting, you know? But we cannot give up. We cannot give up because they're not giving up. The enemy isn't giving up. So why are we giving up when it comes to fighting against racial oppression? Like I said in my part 1, and I didn't mean to make this 3-part, y'all. My phone ran out of space, so I figured I'll just go ahead and finish this video on Facebook Live and finish, I have more space with Facebook Live. But we really have to band together because it's like, I'm bothered. I'm bothered by the fact that it's been so long and it just seems like Dr. Umar Johnson, okay, he takes one step forward but gets pulled back 5 steps, And like I said in the previous video, yes, we are sabotaging him. We're sabotaging him. There are people within the black community that's pulling Dr. Umar Johnson down. But there's a bigger hand that plays, not just black people within the black community that's pulling him down. It's a bigger hand. And we're talking about the tax bill is so high. When he said that how much he owed in like taxes, and I don't want to say just he, because I said that before. Like, it's not just his fight. It's not just his school. It's our school. So yes, I say he, but it's really us. It's really our school, the black community. How much we owe in taxes. It's like, I think he said he owes city taxes and state taxes. It's ridiculous how much they are taxing for a building that's not even occupied. Like, it really saddens me, and he needs the support. He has, I believe that he has support, of course. Like, people admire him. He has fans. He has people that go out and buy tickets to go see his lectures and want to take pictures with him. And, yeah, that's cute. But we talking about real support. And we know that the black community spends trillions of dollars each year. We have so much money. It's insane. The whole narrative about, black people are poor, that narrative is old. It's outdated and it's not true. We have so much money. That school could have been open. And he's doing it alone. And like I said, I'm just sitting here at my house in LA on this rainy day, and something just struck me, and I'm like, I have to open up and talking about it, because I've been keeping silent for a while. We all have our own journey, we all have our own mission that we're on, but at the same time, we still have to come together. We still have to realize when something is for us as it pertains to the black community. This is our mission. He is a spearhead of the FDMG Academy, but it's our school. We need to band together, and it bothers me because I know what's done to one of us is done to all of us. The ridicule that he's under, I feel offended by it. Because if they do that to him, they'll do it to the rest of us. And it bothers me that we aren't coming together. We're not banding together like we should be. And I think that we're distracted by social media. We think that everything is cool. I think, on one hand, yes, the black community, we're doing better. I say this all the time. Like, we're winning. We're rising. And I think to a certain extent it can be an illusion. Because, yeah, a lot of us are doing great. We're doing well for ourselves. Like, a lot better than what we used to been doing, So because we are on an up and up, it's almost like, okay, we're good. We don't need a African-centered school. There's no need for it because we're doing good. But are we though? Or is it just an illusion? If we don't stand for something, we'll fall for anything. How many of us are willing to fight? And I get it, like a lot of us don't have much fight in us. We're just like, oh, okay, I'd rather not fight. I'd rather just be entertained, by social media, by gossip, by reality TV. But I'm like, no, man, fuck that. We need to pull together. We need to fight. We need to do whatever we need to do to make this thing happen. And I think this school and what's happening with FDMG Academy, this struggle, this long journey is just a reflection of what's happening globally. It speaks to the fact that it's not easy. It's not an easy journey. It's not an easy task or mission to open an African-centered school. It speaks to the reality that although we may feel like we're winning, we may feel like we're on the up and up, racism is still alive and well. And like I said in the previous video, it's not just our own hand that's holding us back. White supremacy is still in full effect. Because those taxes don't make no goddamn sense. It don't make no sense at all. And it's really bothering me to see all this shit that's happening. But I'm hopeful, I'm faithful, and I realize, yes, all things do work together. So, while it seems that the FDMG Academy is never going to open, I believe it is going to open. I believe all these things, all these attacks and this propaganda and this false allegations and all this freaking drama is being used to spread the information, to spread the word, because sometimes that's what it takes, unfortunately, to get some people's attention. They only gravitate towards negativity, to open people's eyes so they can see what's really happening. So I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that 2020, we're going to make more progress towards opening this school. And I think that it's going to take us to really get serious. Like, more of us to say, okay, we got to, like, stop with all the games. Stop with all the bullshit. Like, social media, yes, it's entertaining. But we can't just sit back and just be waiting to be entertained to get the feel-good message. We have to put in the work. If we believe in ourselves, that's the thing. Do we believe in ourselves enough to put our money where our mouth is, to invest? Because it's not about Dr. Umar Johnson. This is about something bigger than Dr. Umar Johnson. This is an institution. This is bringing about social change, not just within one community, but across the nation and even international. This is not just a local thing, you guys. This is not a small scale thing. That's the reason why I believe that he's facing so much persecution. Because we're talking about bringing about structural change. When you talk about small change, this is big change. It's really a threat to the system. So what Dr. Umar Johnson is doing, he has a lot of courage. Just put it that way. He has a lot of courage, and I'm really impressed. Y'all know how I feel about Dr. Umar Johnson. Like, I'm really impressed. I'm really amazed to see his tenacity, to see his persistence, to see that, you know, despite the challenge, like, he's not giving up. Like, that's really inspiring to me, you know, as a black woman that is, you know, a bit younger than Dr. Umar Johnson. That really motivates me to keep going, to see, like, no matter what, he has not given up. Because a lot of y'all who claim child leaders would have given up if you ever had to walk a day in his shoes. But he's not giving up. So I want to drag this on, but I just want to say, going forward in the new year, that we have to become more strategic about our approach to making more progress for the FDMG Academy. You know, like, in terms of fundraising and getting the money together. And it's sad, like, you know, yes, everything costs money, but in this country, it's just sad the amount of money, like, they're money hungry. You know, this country is built on capitalism, and it's all about money. It's all about money. You know, so apparently, obviously, that's all they want is money to open this school. You know, lots and lots and lots and lots of money. But if it means bringing about change, so what? It's just paper, right? Like, look how much money we spend on frivolous items, frivolous things. It don't even matter. Things that have really no value. We'll spend money, like crazy money. But when it comes to really impacting the black community and bringing about change and changing generations to come, y'all, it's worth it. It's worth the investment. It's not even taking a risk, because we know what the outcome is going to be. He's already spelled it out. For you guys who don't know, go check out his website. Go check out his videos. He's talked about his plan. He's laid it out. The curriculum is laid out. So I'm just going to end it there. And we have to stick together, y'all. When we see one of us is being attacked, we have to have our third eye open. We have to be wise enough to see the difference between right and wrong. And stop sitting back laughing at everything and attacking people and jumping on a bandwagon. Let's have a mind of our own to realize the difference between right and wrong. The difference between when someone is under attack. Because when one of us is attacked, we're all attacked. And we wonder why we struggle. We gotta come together, y'all. We gotta stop this sitting back and just laughing and watching one of us just, you know, go through it by ourselves. Because back in the day, it was not like that. Yes, we had leaders, and yes, millions of people would follow, you know, our conscious leaders. You know, and yes, there was people who was on the outside, sitting on the sidelines, saying, you know, had their own perspective, negative, you know, perspective on what was happening. But the majority of us stood behind that leader, those leaders back in the day. We have to get back to that, man. Because there's power in numbers. We want respect. We have to respect each other. Respect the mission. Open our eyes and see when we have a black person, a black individual who is sacrificing their life. I'm just like, come on. We cannot be that blind. We cannot be that distracted by social media that we don't see what's happening before our very eyes. We got to pull it together, y'all. And I believe that we can. I believe that we will. I have faith in us as a black community. Let's push forward.